Hello and welcome to another Paradise Parenting video, home of fun, kind, nurturing parenting. In this video, we're going to talk about things that parents often say to their children and with the very best intentions, but they're actually not the ideal thing to say to your children. But before we get started, please do like and subscribe and turn the bell icon on so that you catch all of our latest videos. So the first one I'm going to talk about is when you say you're okay when your child is crying. So your child is crying, or your baby or your toddler, and you say you're okay, you're okay. Well, actually no, they're not okay, and that's why they're crying. They could be crying because they've hurt themselves, they could be crying because they're feeling frustrated, they could be crying because they're simply overwhelmed with emotion and they just need to let it out. And when you say you're okay, you're invalidating that expression of emotion. It's with best intentions, and lots of people say it when they actually want to be reassuring their child. And so don't beat yourself up about it if you have done it, but actually knowing more and delving into child psychology, when you say you're okay, you are invalidating that expression of emotion. So what we want to be doing as parents is supporting our children through their developing emotions and through the expression of their emotions, and for them to know that they're in a safe place and that they can express those emotions, and no matter how they're feeling, they are lovable and they are loved. So instead of saying you're okay, you could say, Mummy's here for you, Mummy's here for you, we're in this together. What's upset you? Why are you feeling sad? Oh, are you feeling sad? Are you feeling sad because? Help them to learn what that emotion is and what may have caused that emotion. And like I said, sometimes a toddler will just cry for apparently no reason, just that release and expression of emotion. And sometimes they don't know what to do with themselves, and they can go all sort of introvert and cuddle up to mummy, and they're just trying to make sense of the world that they're in. So most people say it with the very best of intentions. So I must reiterate that. Do not beat yourself up if you have been saying you're okay, or even if they've hurt themselves or they fell over and it was just a bit of a shock and they didn't actually hurt themselves, they were just shocked. You're okay. Well, okay, yes, you're not hurt, but that's more specific. You're not hurt, or are you hurt, rather than just you're okay. Because for them, even if they're just scared and not hurt, it's still scary and they still need to process that somehow. So that's the first one. The second one, I've got a few written down here and I'm just trying to choose which one to speak about next, is excessive praise. So it can be so tempting when they've done something to get really, really excited and go, oh, well done, oh, wow, that's amazing, well done. The trouble is if we dish out excessive praise to our children, they then start to do things for that praise, and then when they get older, they're looking for validation and they're looking for someone to say well done and great job, and really we want them to be pleased with themselves for what they've done, rather than looking and seeking for that validation and seeking for that praise, because that can actually make them quite insecure when they're adults, and we really want to be raising secure children who grow up into secure adults and are confident in their abilities and confident that they can make decisions and to accomplish things. So rather than saying well done every 5 minutes, a better approach to make or to take is to be specific and encouraging. So if your baby has just taken their first steps, for example, or are taking their first steps, it's about saying you're starting to walk, you're walking towards mummy, or you're walking towards daddy, or if they're climbing up the stairs, I quite often say good climbing, that's good, that's specific. Or if I've given an instruction such as stop when we get to the edge of the pavement when we're just before the road, and I say good listening, I want to be specific rather than just saying well done. And good boy, good girl, it starts to become, well, am I only loved when I do these things? Are mummy and daddy only happy when I perform and when I achieve? When actually trying is probably more important than achieving, because we want to be experiencing failure so that we can grow and learn. So when a small child is learning, when a toddler, when a baby is learning to walk and they keep falling over, there's no voice inside of them saying better not try again. Whereas when people get to adulthood, some people, a lot of people, most people have got that voice saying maybe you should give up now. And there's a lot to be said for knowing when to stop and knowing when to walk away. But also we want to keep that spirit of determination and wanting to try. So it's being encouraging rather than dishing out praise with every achievement, and acknowledging what they've done. So if they've brought something to you, oh, you've brought me, so what have I got here? I've got these little felt things. Oh, you've brought me a yellow star. Oh, you've brought me a white snowflake. So they're learning about more language, they're learning what is yellow, they're learning what is white, they're learning that's a snowflake, they're learning that's a star, they're getting that acknowledgement, and they're getting that interaction and that attachment with their caregiver, mummy, daddy, grandparent, etc. So I've also covered the good boy, good girl in this. The other one is you're the most gorgeous child in the world. You're the most gorgeous I've ever seen. You're the most gorgeous. When we're dishing out praise like that, there is a lot of research that's been done on this, and children can grow up into adults who have very narcissistic tendencies, but are also seeking that validation and seeking to be heard that they are better than everybody else. So all children are beautiful. You might think your children are the most beautiful children that you've ever seen, but actually you're not doing them any favours by telling them that. And something specific, so I say things like, you look lovely in that outfit, because I don't want to completely eliminate all acknowledgement of physical beauty, because when you appreciate art, or someone's put a lot of effort into creating something, there is still that acknowledgement there. So I do say things such as, you look great in that outfit, or I love you, and I love you in that outfit. Be careful of the buts. That's the other thing, which is probably a separate video actually, but the but. So I learnt this in another thing that I read. I'm going to put a few books below that I've read that I found really, really useful. And if your child is doing something that you don't want them to do, and you say, I love you, but please don't draw on the wall. I love you, but please tidy up after yourself. You're putting a condition on your love, when actually we want, and we do love our children unconditionally. It doesn't matter what they do or what they've done or what emotions they are expressing. We love them, and we love them unconditionally. So if we want our children not to draw on the wall, or for example, Francesca was really into mark making, and she was having such a great time drawing on paper and paints and that kind of thing, and Alexander had not really expressed an interest in it yet. And then the first time I saw him express an interest in mark making is he had a pen and he was drawing on the carpet like this, and I thought, there was a part of me that felt so chuffed to bits and proud that he was now showing an interest in mark making. And then there was another part of me that thought, I have left a pen within reach. I've marked up, I've left a pen within reach. And so this is my fault that he is mark making on the carpet, and he doesn't know where to mark make yet, because it's his first go at it. It's his first expression, and it's that, you know, perseverance, positive framing, patience. It's, oh, acknowledge, I can see you want to make a mark. Oh, I can see you want to create some art. I can see you are exploring with the pen. Let's do it on the paper, and then literally, you know, pick up your child, pick up your toddler and move them so you are directing them somewhere else. So you move them to where you want to do the activity, where you want them. So if they're climbing on the table, you move them onto the climbing frame. If they're drawing on the carpet, we say, ah. So you acknowledge what they've done. So that was, you want to create some art. Let's get some paper so that you can do that. We draw on the paper, and then so you put the paper on the table, and if they go over the paper, you say, ah, we draw on the paper, but also let's be realistic about what we can really expect from our toddlers. You know, maybe your toddler is 18 months old, or my twins are 22 months old. What can you really expect from them? This is the first time they're playing with a pen, or this is it's certainly very early days anyway, and it's about that expectations of where they are developmentally. And the first time we do things as an adult, are we perfect at it? Are we good at it? I mean, there's no such thing as perfection, but how good are we at things that we're doing for the first time, or certainly the first few times? So it's about us being encouraging and nurturing, and there was absolutely no way I could possibly get cross with him, because he doesn't know yet where to mark make. And I cleaned it off afterwards. It was no biggie, but yeah, I've just moved into this house actually, and when someone said, because I'm having beige carpets upstairs, someone said to me, are you going to replace the carpets downstairs? They're grey and they've been down a couple of years. And I said, no. The way we come in and where my children are developmentally, I mean, I'm probably crazy to have cream carpets upstairs, but downstairs is staying the same for now. So anyway, this video has gone on slightly longer than I originally anticipated, and I will probably break up those various things that we say to our children that are said with best intentions, but can lead to undesirable psychological outcomes. So we want to be mindful of how we speak to our children, and it's a blessing that I'm able to create this video and share it with you. And please do share it with anybody else that you think would like to watch it. And I hope you're having a great time with your children, and please do like and subscribe, turn the bell icon on so that you catch all of our latest videos. And that's about it for now. Thank you very much.